We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East. Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Jets. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down. It's Taylor, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd and 7, Murray throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Murray now on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. First down, Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. On second down, here's Murray. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Murray going to try to throw on third down. The open man is Smith. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. On first down, it's Taylor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
From the 2 now, second and goal. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Topper.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Come on. Switch it.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they were backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Ready.
Didn't happen on that play.
44, come on. You ain't going nowhere.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Set, ready? 18, Gator.
Watch the twist.
Greystone, travel.
Begin. Slam. Shift. Watch the shift.
Hey, Alpha.
44.
They go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Following the penalty, it's Johnson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Check right.
Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. It's caught at the 10. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they come up now 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1.
Mike, 44. Double.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
5.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
We go. 50, plant.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still...
Deep river.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat. He's got daylight. The 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 78 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On the ground, this is Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
5, 2.
They'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Blue draw forfeits.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist.
They go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Switch.
Hit it.
Back to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back.
He's got a man, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one goes for 36 yards. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Past the 20. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
General West.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Check 26. On the ball now.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Go! 70, Indy.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Murray now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Everyone's got four down. Showing that
Here's Murray from midfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete on the default. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
To the sideline and incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Let's go now. 60 or. X3. 218. Chopper. Check 99. Snap.
They'll run on first down. Ayers. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Delta.
44's the mic, 44's the mic.
Fire.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Lets it fly deep for Cobb and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Watch time. Time is right. Watch time.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Murray now to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 9 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to wind up and air it out, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, under-throwing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
2nd and 13. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Jets on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. He's picked off near his own 48. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Here we go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 53. Check 54.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd down, Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Coaching spell.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. He's got room to run past the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Ayers. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Leo! Topper!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll look to throw, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the top.
He's back to throw. It's Hill, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. On 3rd down, Taylor, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And this one complete to Smith. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
44, Mike, 44. Bring it.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. And he did exactly what they needed him to do. Charles got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They'll run with Taylor. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering